Before we get into this video, I have an important disclaimer. You may not be ready for what I'm about to share in this video. You may be totally closed off to it. If just the title made you feel defensive, I highly recommend not watching this video today. It's not the right time for you. You might be able to watch this later on in life, but today is not that day. If you believe that drinking alcohol raises your vibration or that you're a responsible drinker and that alcohol does not affect you, congratulations, my love, you are in the minority. And like I said, I don't think you should watch this video because at the end of the day, I do believe that the law of attraction is real. We create our reality. So what our belief system is creates and manifests in front of us in our physical lives. However, I also believe that as we awaken and expand our consciousness, certain truths do come to the surface and explain why things are the way that they are. And this video is going to expose one of those truths. I've gotten countless signs that it's time to put this out there, and I'm ready to do it. If you're open to hear this, if you feel ready, then let's go. Let's get started. Hello, my babies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leora Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. Basically, anything that makes us a better person. And today, I want to talk about consuming alcohol. I've gotten a lot of messages recently on Instagram asking me to do a video on substance abuse and on alcohol. To be perfectly honest, while I do have experience with my loved ones and people in my life being adversely affected by drugs, I don't have any experience with them myself, not with drugs and not with marijuana. So I will only be talking about alcohol today, and I think that this could actually really help out the majority of people because alcohol is so readily available to most of us. It is so socially accepted. So I do think that this topic is going to be helpful for most people. So this is for people who drink and get depressed and don't know why, or for people who can't seem to manifest what they desire. This is for people who sometimes black out and are shocked at the things that they've done when the story is told to them the next day. This is for anyone who feels like they need to drink or they feel like their life is spiraling out of control because of alcohol, or they're just social drinkers and they feel like they must drink because everybody else is drinking. This is for anybody who hurts themselves or others when they drink, either physically or, with their words. This is for anybody who drinks because of social anxiety or who has depression and anxiety and doesn't understand that drinking has everything to do with it. I want to talk briefly about my own experience with alcohol so that you know that this isn't coming from somebody who doesn't drink. Quite the opposite. This is coming from somebody who really enjoys drinking. My own journey with alcohol started when I was 16. Quite illegally and quite behind my parents' backs. My friend group started to drink and I felt kind of pressured. It's a cliche, but I did feel a little bit pressured to do the same thing as them, and they all seem to be having so much fun, so why not, right? Over the next 3 years, we drank nearly every weekend. This is so terrible because, I'm hearing now that people are starting to drink earlier and earlier, with children as early as 11 and 12 starting to get drunk on the weekends. I myself started to drink way too young. To think that people are starting at 11 and 12 is horrific to me. Our brains are not fully developed. They don't stop growing until we're like 26 years old. So when we're consuming alcohol, 12 years old, 16 years old, even 21 years old, we are messing and stunting our brain development. I'm so grateful that alcohol did not completely ruin my brain and that I'm actually an intelligent being, fully conscious and aware. I'm grateful that it did not affect me as badly as it possibly could have, especially the way that I was consuming it, which I will get to soon, because I've seen what it has done to many people that I'm close to, many of my friends, many of my acquaintances, people I'm no longer associating myself with because they have become full-blown alcoholics or completely lost their mind because of alcohol. Now, this video is not meant to scare you, and I'm not even going to be very scientific about it. I'm just telling you my own experience, and then I want to get into the whole what alcohol does to your vibration and manifesting, and then we're going to get very esoteric when I explain what it means and what it does to our soul to consume alcohol. Alcohol made me violent. It made me hurt myself and it made me hurt my friends, my loved ones. I went into a deep depression I was, dealing with depression since I was about 13 years old, but the alcohol 3 years later made it a lot deeper. Instead of understanding that alcohol is making me worse, I got on antidepressants. Let me make this very clear. It is a miracle that I'm still alive. You should not be drinking if you're taking pharmaceutical drugs, especially antidepressants and anti-anxiety. I drank on them and I took the antidepressants so that I wouldn't get so depressed from the drinking. I could have died. Anybody who mixes that combination, it is lethal. It is so not worth it. So if you are doing that, if you are supplementing your drinking habit by curing yourself from depression through pharmaceutical drugs, you are doing such a disservice to your life here. And that's all I'm going to talk about and all the fear mongering I will do. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just telling you what happened in my own experience. I'm grateful to be here to be able to tell you this message today because I really messed with my own life. And I think that it got worse as I got older. Around 20 years old, I got into a really crazy relationship where our whole thing was drinking and going out. We drink almost every night when we were together, beer or wine, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we would get drunk every single week. That was 3 days in a row, every single week where we would get drunk. Looking back, I now understand why I stayed in that relationship for so long. I wasn't me. I wasn't who you see here today, and that is because my vibration was lowered so consistently into such a low that I didn't have control over my life anymore. So alcohol lowers your vibration. Sure, there are definitely people who believe it raises their vibration, but you have to understand that it's not the alcohol raising your vibration. The alcohol is numbing you from certain pain, from problems, from things that you don't want to focus on. It's lowering your inhibitions. And what's actually raising your vibration is your intention. When you go out and drink, most people have an intention to have a good night, to celebrate something. They cheers to their health. So they are setting intention, and that intention is raising their vibration while the alcohol is actually lowering it. It might feel thrilling for a bit. You might feel like, everybody's on the same wild feeling, like all our inhibitions are low. We're not worried about tomorrow. We're not worried about yesterday. We're living in the moment. But what you're doing is pushing everything that's at the surface lower and lower into your subconscious mind, creating monsters that you will have to deal with eventually unless you want to drink for the rest of your life and drown them out until you, God forbid, die. Alcohol can put you into fun situations, but as a former drinker, and I've been a light drinker, a medium drinker, and a heavy drinker, and now how I am today, I can tell you that I feel so much more alive. My connections with people are real now. I can be around my friends and truly enjoy their company. I can go out and feel alive and not numb myself with taking shots. So I've been fortunate enough to have always been a high vibe person. So even while I was drinking constantly and lowering my vibration, I was still able to consciously create using the law of attraction and to manifest really amazing things into my life. Manifest moving abroad, these cool internships, all this really, really cool stuff I was able to manifest. Thinking back though, because now that I see how quickly and easily I manifest everything that I desire in my life, I look back and think, imagine what I could have attained, what I could have accomplished if I had not been lowering my vibration so often every single week. Everything happens for a reason and everything is growth. So it's not that I regret it necessarily. I just know that it could have been a lot more fulfilling in my journey. And I'm here now where I'm meant to be now. So I'm grateful for everything. And honestly, if I didn't have all those experiences, maybe I wouldn't be making this video and maybe I wouldn't be helping others to transcend this in their own lives. If you're trying to manifest something, you know that you have to keep your vibrations up. You have to match the frequency of that thing that you desire. Otherwise, you're on different radio stations. You can't connect. If you find yourself unable to manifest something that you've been working on for a long time, but you know that you do partake in drinking now and again or quite often, test this out. Stop drinking for 3 months, at least 3 months. The further you move away from that last drink of alcohol, the sooner you'll be able to manifest. The easier things will come to you. Suddenly, you will experience more and more alignment. I know that giving you this challenge to stop drinking for 3 months might sound difficult, but I also know that at the end of this 3 months, you'll see how positively your life has changed, what you've been able to attain, to create, the opportunities that have opened up for you, and how the universe just gives you everything you desire. So I know that at the end of those 3 months, you won't want to drink as much as you did before. Alcohol calibrates in the low 200s, while an awakening person, a spiritual person, can be around 400, 300, 400. So when we're consuming this thing that lowers our vibration, we cannot manifest things that are on a higher vibration. We can't reach it. So if that sounds like something that you're experiencing, take this challenge, try it out, see what happens. Okay, so now we're going to get super esoteric, and this next part might scare some of you, but just so you know, as somebody that has been very scared of these things in the past, this didn't scare me. This made perfect sense to me. As an extremely conscious person, very aware and expanded, the last time that I got very, very drunk, I was finally able to understand what's going on with my soul and with my body when I consume alcohol. Early November was the last time where I got really, really drunk. The next day, I talked to my friend who was with me that night, and I explained to her what I experienced on a soul level. I felt that who I am, me, myself as a soul, fell asleep, but I'm like kind of still awake. I'm like in and out of sleep, my soul, right, in my body. And I felt as if somebody else stepped up to bat. Someone else's thoughts, but with access to my own mind as well. So it's as if they take your own thoughts and put a negative, sinister twist on them. Someone else's actions, words, someone else's behavior. And I was watching, half asleep, watching as somebody took over my body and did whatever I wanted with it. I had never before realized that this is what happens to us every time we get drunk. We're always told that the truth comes out when you drink, but that's not really it. What's happening is this other thing gets access to our brain. And in order to have some fun, to mess with our lives, the vessel's lives, it says the things that are in the deepest parts of ourselves. And it doesn't really have good intentions. It's not like, oh, I'm going to make it so that she tells this person she cares about them and they're gonna have this amazing, beautiful relationship. It's more like, oh, this girl likes this guy. Let me embarrass her. Let me put her on the spot. Let me confess her love to this guy. Does that make sense? A couple of months ago, Aaron mentioned to me that there are spirits who hang around bars and clubs waiting for drunk people so that they can take a joyride basically in their bodies, in these vessels. When I heard that, I'm like, yeah, that resonates. That feels like what's happened to me in the past and what happened to me back in November. Then I talked to this woman I know, Jennifer, and she just casually mentioned, isn't it funny how people feel, when they black out, they get blackout drunk. The next day they're hearing what they did and they're like, what? That was me. But it wasn't really them because it's actually a demon taking over their body. So that was 2 times where I heard something similar. I'm like, yeah, this is interesting. Then very soon after, I went on Instagram and I followed this one account, and the account posted this image, and what it says is, alcohol, the devil's juice. The fastest thing you can do to lower your vibration is to drink alcohol. It has been used as a tool to keep human consciousness in a lowered state for thousands of years. By killing brain cells, it literally weakens your connection with your higher self. Figuratively and allegorically consuming you, not the other way around. Immediately after seeing this, I read somewhere, I can't really remember where, that the word alcohol comes from the Arabic term or root al-kul, which means body-eating spirit. All these signs led me to wanting to do more research on this. And what I saw was, it resonated with how I felt, and there was all this evidence that just shows that when we drink alcohol, we are allowing another entity to take over us. In alchemy, alcohol was used to extract the soul essence of an entity. When we drink and when we get drunk, our souls are extracted from our body. We are still tethered to our vessel through that silver string that connects our soul to this body. Not only do we get extracted, which is kind of what I felt when I explained that thing that happened to me when I drank November. I just felt like I had kind of gone to sleep, but this is explained as we actually leave our body, but we're still tethered. So we're still kind of aware a little bit of what happens. Unless we get completely blackout drunk, then we're out of our body and something else is in our body. So what we are doing by getting drunk is we are essentially allowing these beings into our bodies to do whatever they want with them. This is why when people get blackout drunk, they are appalled and shocked at the things that they are told that they did when their friends recount the story the day after. Now let's get something clear. This will never excuse you from anything. This will never hold up in a court of law. You can't say, no, it wasn't me, it was a demon. No. You are allowing lower vibrational energies and entities to come into your vessel. You are giving them permission in that permission slip is alcohol. You are still responsible for your actions, for harming yourself or for others while drunk, because you gave these lower vibrational beings a permission slip through not knowing the limit. If you don't want to give them a permission slip, do not allow yourself to get drunk. Now, to lighten this up, I do want to talk about how you can drink and keep your vibrations up and to protect yourself. And understand, I have not completely stopped drinking. I had a drink on my birthday, I had a drink on New Year's, and I've had a couple drinks since then. I simply don't allow myself to get drunk. It's so unnecessary to me these days. I'm so happy, so fulfilled, and such a high vibration. I don't want to lower my vibration for anything. I enjoy going out more. And yeah, you know, it's weird. People who know you as somebody who used to drink with them and party with them, they see you and they're trying to drink and you're saying, no, I'm okay, I'm gonna pass. And they're like, what happened to you? It is your right to transcend as a human being, to become a better person. Now, if you do want to have a drink or 2 drinks with dinner or here or there, casually, don't worry, you can do this without allowing these lower entities into your body. It is your right as a being who decided to come into this physical reality to get to enjoy it in whatever way you desire. And if that's the way that you desire, then fine. But you have to protect yourself. Bless the cup before drinking from it. Ask your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self to protect you, to keep you in a high vibration, and to not allow any entities, lower vibrational beings, to come near you. Set an intention for the day or for the night or for that drink. Something about like celebrating your health, or, you know, enjoying the night, enjoying the company of your friends, having real connections with people, but staying safe. Now, I want to give a little note about these beings. They are not evil. Don't think that they are evil. They're not evil for a moment. They're just bored. And as far as they're concerned, when you drink, you are literally giving them the permission. When you drink without intention, without protecting yourself, without calling on protection, calling on the aid of your guides, angels, and your higher self, you are giving them permission to enjoy your body, enjoy this vessel. In their minds, you know, this is just a vessel. Our human suits are vessels. They're not who we really are. So they feel like it's a car that they can borrow. They're not evil. They're just bored. And they are affirmed. They receive affirmation over and over again from people because people just continuously keep drinking. Bad things happen to them because, you know, different entities go and take their bodies for a ride, and they'll just keep drinking. So as far as these lower vibrational beings are concerned, everything's fine. This person knows what's going to happen, and they keep giving us permission. They see it as an opportunity to have fun. So if you're going to drink, just tell them, not today, Satan, and protect yourself. Be conscious and aware of what you put into your body. That is what the spiritual journey is all about. It's about being more mindful about your life and living it better, living it to the best of your capability. That's it for me today. I know that this topic is super polarizing, but as far as I'm concerned, if it's made one person rethink their alcohol consumption, then it's done its job, and I'm grateful. We have the opportunity to be leaders right now, to change the consciousness of this planet, one decision at a time. And we can affect and lead so many others through the way that we live our own lives. This is a lot of responsibility and it's a lot of power. I want you to step into it and make the decisions that will make your life the best it could ever be. Thank you for listening. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending some time with me today. If you like this video, it took a lot of guts to put up, so I would appreciate a thumbs up. I would appreciate it if you want to recommend it to other people who might need it. I know it could help a lot of people. I love you, and until my next video, keep your vibrations way up.